Ladies and gentlemen, the point of no return has just been reached. Papoose, hip-hop's champion of loyalty and poetic expertise, has been arrested. Yes, he was arrested after using all of his strength to fight the block commander, Eazy. And the video is terrible now that it's out there, darling. We're talking about fists flying, furniture flipping, and security agents shouting at someone while Eazy tries to hide under a DJ table. Face reddened. What happened to the calm, composed Papoose? What pushed him from pen and poetry to handcuffs and headlines? And most importantly, what the hell did Eazy say that sparked this level of rage? This emotional outburst had been building for years, and it is clear that this was more than just a quarrel. Sources claim that Remy Ma was nearby when it happened, and her reaction was recorded on tape. We have video leaks and eyewitness reports, malfunctions, as well as private data that is almost ready to circulate online. Grab some popcorn, turn on some music, and relax. Because when you hear what's about to happen, everything changes. At first, everything was quiet. Papoose, the silent king of fidelity, the stoic face of black love, and the man who kept Remy Ma down during a prison bid and stayed 10 toes down, has not been mentioned in interviews, tweets, or cryptic captions for weeks. Then, suddenly, unexpected news that no one had expected was all over the internet. Papoose was, in fact, taken into custody. Not for little matters like unpaid fines or an accidental misunderstanding. No. He was detained, handcuffed, and taken downtown for a full-fledged assault after he was accused of publicly hitting Eazy, the block captain, in front of cameras. The video was leaked as well. Let's analyze it. It was more than a fight on the street. This man was collapsing in real time, pushed over the edge by months of betrayal, humiliation, and grumbling that was disrespectful. Sources claim that it all took place at a private combat rap event held in Queens. A low-key networking event turned into a battlefield when Papoose stormed into the venue without permission, found Eazy laughing in the VIP area, and went straight for him like a heat-seeking missile. According to a number of witnesses, Papoose said nothing, no warning, no threats, just walked straight up, reached back, and boomed. Struck so forcefully that the song was interrupted by the DJ. One witness claimed that it sounded like a gunshot. I thought someone had popped off before I saw Eazy hit the ground. Despite the unsteady video, the excitement is clear. You can see Eazy trying to stand up while Papoose acts quite irascible, throwing chairs, grabbing collars, and even slamming a Red Bull across the table. Security rushed into late. 3 men tried to stop Papoose, but a man who has been feeling depressed and betrayed for months won't be stopped by a rented security vest and a lanyard. From one camera angle, Papoose could be seen shouting, "You smiled in my face while sneaking up behind me. Were you hoping I would find out? You are aware now." Mic went down. It isn't related to music. This was a matter of respect. In this tale, a man stood with Remy even though everyone else said she was unfit, before being publicly replaced by a hostile rapper who couldn't even escape the first blow. She watched her jail, helped her revive her career, and raised their blended family. Now that the streets are talking, let's not act like we're brand new. All of us can see the murmuring. That started months ago. At first, several industry insiders said Remy and Eazy were overspending, of spending time together out of sight of the camera. Then the blurry images, then the body language, and lastly Eazy with its too confident subtitles. Not every victory is captured on camera. Sir, what did you mean by that? Because now everyone knows this wasn't a rumor. Papoose only demonstrated that this was real with his hands. Even before the arrest was formally confirmed, fan videos of the event were circulating on X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok. One video, which has received over 11 million views, describes the moment when security finally threw Papoose to the ground and Remy Ma's voice yelled from the back, "Stop, this isn't the place." Wait, what? So, you admit there was a place? Eyes? The internet jumped on that like hyenas. Because let's be honest, Ray's hands are not clean. If this was really just a professional relationship, why did her husband snap with such energy? And let's not forget the build-up. 2 weeks prior, Eazy had posted a now-deleted tweet that read, A lot of y'all be loyal to ghosts. Did he risk his freedom, his reputation, and everything just to get Eazy? Because he knew. He always knew. Stick to what's true. He remained silent for months, and everyone told him to let it go, but he couldn't because she never really denied it. She just went silent and Eazy got arrogant. In 2023, I would have done it. Was that a shot, I wonder? If it was, it would have deteriorated in the summer heat like spoiled milk. The memes were relentless. Eazy's face was photoshopped into a Mortal Kombat screen. Papoose was seen leaving the fight in slow motion like an Avenger, and Remy was clutching her head and asking, "How did we get here?" Mari played the one man who loved her in silence, and Eazy was folded like a mixtape cover. Even celebrities weighed in, with 50 Cent sharing the video with laughing emojis and saying, "I told y'all, love don't live here no more." 3 simple words were tweeted by Fat Joe. Don't test loyalty. You guys better protect black men who love loudly and lose everything in silence. Cardi B posted a fan tweet that included the collision microphone, but as the streets cheered, the NIPT wasn't playing. A few hours later, Papoose was taken into custody at the 104th precinct on suspicion of third-degree assault and public. He entered the precinct like a man who knew this was coming because that's who Papoose is. He doesn't run, he doesn't hide, and he stands on principle even when it costs him everything. He was charged with endangerment and disorderly conduct, and the arrest report cited video that confirmed battery and intent to cause harm. As a witness, Remy allegedly tried to downplay the altercation by saying that it was a misunderstanding and that they had been at odds for months. Remy was also at the station, but not as a defendant. There was no comment, no post, no live, just a single Instagram story the next morning with white letters on a black screen. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a remix of WrestleMania 38 and Eazy crickets. I'll let the lawyers handle it. You were silent, so now you're quiet. When the videos of the Papoose's effortless defeat became viral, the internet hadn't even had its morning coffee yet. By viral, we mean 17 million views in less than 6 hours. People weren't merely observing. They were breaking down and deciphering what might have become the most famous punch since Solange and Jay-Z's elevator altercation, frame by frame. The hit that shook hip-hop, Papoose vs. Eazy full analysis, a 12-minute YouTube analysis of the video that featured split-screen audience reactions, slow-motion zooms on Papoose's first swing, and a red-circled Remy Ma in the center, was uploaded by a fan. The voiceover was harsh, baby, and she was mumbling something to her assistant. Eazy is attempting to swerve to the left, but it's too late. He was already caught by loyalty. Karma, too. However, many fans saw this as more than simply gossip. Rather, it was a betrayal of hope, and the internet wasn't just laughing, it was grieving. Prison, suffering, and paparazzi didn't break Remy Ma and Papoose, the last remaining representation of hip-hop and real love. Ray's stillness now overpowers the punch, shattering that vision. A new hashtag #FreePapipoos, went viral within hours of the video's release. Supporters enthusiastically defended him. His swing wasn't solely for himself. For every faithful man who was crowned, he swung for him. When a king charges back after you push him against the wall, don't cry. Remy was unfaithful. Being disrespectful is easy, and what most guys wish they had the guts to do, Papoose did. One person eventually spoke up because the remarks were so overwhelming. Sort of. It was Remy Ma. She just shared one Instagram photo, a black and white selfie without makeup and a long caption instead of a press run or a video. The loudest heartbreaks are sometimes the strongest. I pray for forgiveness, compassion, and reconciliation for all those concerned. Oh no, ma'am, I didn't like the remarks. After months of skulking, you requested healing, and the stunning report that followed completely upended everything. The story was initially reported by TMZ. Weeks prior to a confrontation, Eazy and Remy Ma are seen in a private suite in leaked security footage. 2 weeks before the fight, Eazy and Remy Ma can be seen together entering a Jersey City hotel suite at 2:38 a.m. in the time-stamped video. They were telling the truth. You gave Papoose a war, and he gave you the world. Don't try to avoid this. 1. By limiting yourself spiritually. Although Eazy didn't post anything or do any interviews, his representative provided Rolling Loud magazine a brief statement that read, "We are aware of the incident and exploring legal remedies." Filming. They weren't alone for business, and they weren't at an event. In the footage, Eazy can be seen putting his hand on her lower back and speaking in her ear. She chuckles. They enter. Can you guess how long they were there? 3 hours. Fans commented, while Remy's crew remained silent. 3 hours. Remy's public image is being further damaged by every second of that tape. Baby, that's not a rap session. That's a betrayal buffet. He was battling his way into her marriage. Then the audio started to fade, as though someone had summoned chaos on purpose. He'll never love you like I do. Eazy seems at ease, according to a voicemail recording that was allegedly released by an unknown source from Eazy to Remy. I'm present. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Following this voicemail, millions of fans flooded Remy Ma's previous Black Love interviews with clown emojis and comments like, "So, this was a performance? You know, we can feel the Papoose imprint on your chin, sir. Take this out." Over time, it did not hold up well. Rap City sent an ambiguous tweet that said, "You can't build a legacy with betrayal." Fans weren't the only ones who called it out. Celebrities began unfollowing Remy, and Taraji P. Henson took her off her list of followers. Are you aware of Papoose's actions? According to a fan comment posted by Swiss Beats, real ones suffer the most, but they rise the highest. Nothing. No word yet. Not a tweet. Not a post. Just one motion. He updated his Instagram bio with a single line. In the end, loyalty always wins. It just watches. Chills. Papoose refused bond and chose to spend the night at the prison facility. According to news reports, one cop reportedly said he didn't want preferential treatment, according to a blog. Let's talk about the damage this issue is causing to the industry. I'll walk out when I've calmed down, he said. Eazy reportedly lost the opportunity to represent a streetwear brand that was scheduled to launch the following month. Remy Ma was taken off of a podcast that promoted loyalty as a means of empowering women. The irony was stifling. The problem is, according to reports, Papoose is receiving more proposals than ever before. One label wants to fund an initiative that employs bars to heal people, using him as a representation of strength, commitment, and emotional depth. For this is what nobody expected. Papoose became a symbol of culture. Not only a hated guy, but one who valued silence over power, respect over retaliation, and hands only when it got too much. And those behind him are on their feet. Fan merchandise, featuring phrases like "Protect Papoose," "Loyalty," "Everything." He swung for all of us. As the internet continues to analyze every second of that leaked hotel footage, the world is now getting ready for what's coming next, because part 3 is where it all comes together. Court cases, diss tracks, public apologies, and a career shift that no one expected. One TikTok that went viral best put it this way: "This isn't about gossip. This is about men who give their all and women who let them break." When Papoose showed up for his arraignment, wearing a black hoodie pulled low over his face, flashbulbs exploded, fans shouted, "We love you, Pap," and the press crowded the sidewalk. This was no longer a family drama but a public reckoning. The charge was third-degree assault, intentional harm, and public disturbance. The courtroom was quiet until it wasn't. Remy Ma sat in the front row, sunglasses on, lips pressed into a tight line. The trial was being held online, and one TikTok commentator live-streamed the entire event, garnering 2.5 million views in just 1 hour. The caption read, "Will the king of loyalty go down or rise like the legend that he is?" Papoose maintained his composure throughout the courtroom. "I'm not proud of what I did, but I'm not ashamed of why I did it," he said when urged to participate in the conversation. Goosebumps. Even the judge looked shaken. And then came the twist no one expected. Papoose's lawyer revealed that Eazy had sent Remy Ma a threatening message just days before the attack. The lawyer read the text aloud. If he comes at me, I swear, I'll take both y'all down. Suddenly, the narrative flipped again, because now it wasn't just about a cheating scandal. It was a story of manipulation, pressure, and silent suffering. The judge agreed to release Papoose without bail under the condition he avoids contact with Eazy for the next 90 days. The crowd outside erupted. Fans shouted, "Black love isn't dead. Justice for Pap." As Pap told the journalists as he left the courtroom, "Remy, if you're puzzled, blink twice. Sometimes silence isn't peace. It's survival," he said, and baby Remy blinked 4 times. Might drop, but when Papoose departed, Eazy was in a downward spiral. According to insiders, after fans suddenly turned against him, he cancelled all studio sessions for the next 2 weeks and went into ghost mode, which includes not posting, tweeting, or announcing battles. The same streets he used to brag about were tearing away his once cocky online persona, and the voicemails, the leaked hotel footage, and now the menacing texts were all too much. It wasn't a freestyle when Eazy finally spoke. Fans were not impressed by the 5-minute Instagram apology video, which was not a live stream but rather titled "To Papoose, Remy, and the Fans." He sat on camera, visibly shaken, and said in a low voice, "I messed up. I didn't mean for things to go this far. I got caught up in something I thought I could control. And I hurt people I never meant to hurt. You wanted the fire, too little. Way too late." Remy Ma's public relations team issued an official statement saying, "I apologize to all parties who were hurt by recent events. I'm committed to healing, clarity, and rebuilding my life and career. You're sorry now." After your silence let a real one burn in public, one of the most well-liked tweets said, "Amidst all of this turmoil, an unforeseen event occurred." The song "Legacy Lost" was published by Papoose. The cover art showed a guy leaving a broken mirror while his reflection grasped a woman's hand and released it. She was restrained in the cell by the song, which was poetic, terrible, honest, and genuine. "I'm holding my breath right now. Cut." She traded vows for vistas, and now I feel bad about it. Silently, I loved it. A shade slash was posted by her. "This isn't retaliation. It's a release. Pray for her peace if you can still hear my heart in this." He said a prayer for her. He concluded with dignity despite all the betrayal, silence, and media attention. Public opinion thereafter became firmly established. Papoose was not an offender. He died as a martyr. The internet exploded. Tearful reactions were expressed by thousands of supporters. Celebrities used prayer emojis when sharing the song. 3 million Spotify streams were made in a single day. He carried his dignity in one hand and his anguish in the other as he walked through the fire in silence. Papoose signed a brand agreement with a significant therapeutic platform that supports men of color's mental health by the end of the week. Additionally, he revealed in written bars, "The story behind the silence," a documentary that has Netflix buzzing already. Meanwhile, Remy Ma discreetly deactivated her Instagram comments, and Eazy was kicked out of 2 collaborations. Papoose was crowned the king of loyalty by the streets, which no court could bestow upon him because, while others played with hearts, power, and attention, he stood on love and continued to stand when love broke him. When reality came crashing down, Papoose chose violence, Eazy picked silence, and Remy chose Instagram captions. She had let someone else pick her up in private. Let's face it though, this narrative was about more than betrayal. It was about what happens to decent men who suffer in silence while loving openly. We therefore urge you, the actual viewers, to consider if Papoose was correct to lose his temper or if he simply expressed what every heart has silently experienced. Heartbreak. Did Remy Ma wreck the last hip-hop tale of pure love? Will Eazy the Block Captain ever recover from the physical or public setback? The right hand index is pointing. Press the like icon. The right hand index is pointing. With the back hand index pointing to the right, hit subscribe. Turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss the next scandal. If you want more in-depth analysis, unfiltered comments, and the trash that other channels are too scared to handle, we explode.